Los Angeles, 1985. The city of dreams became a nightmare. People rushed to buy locks, bars, and guard dogs. They slept with guns under their pillows. Why? Because someone was walking the streets at night, turning homes into crime scenes, and leaving behind pentagrams and messages in blood. This is the story of Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. El Paso, Texas, 1960. Richard Ramirez was born into a working class family, the youngest of 5 children. But his childhood was far from normal. His father was angry and violent. His older cousin, Miguel, a green beret, showed young Richard photos of women he tortured and killed in Vietnam. At just 13, Richard witnessed Miguel murder his wife. The teenage Richard started using drugs, especially LSD. He dropped out of school, got into Satanism, and began breaking into homes. The sweet kid who once sold bread at a local market was disappearing, replaced by something darker. By 1984, Ramirez had moved to Los Angeles. He lived in cheap hotels, supported himself through theft, and spent his nights walking the streets. But soon, breaking into homes wasn't enough. June 28, 1984, his first known murder, Janie Vincoy, 79, stabbed repeatedly in her apartment. But this was just the beginning. Ramirez was learning he killed the violence, he liked the fear, and he was just getting started. March 1985, the nightmare begins in earnest. Ramirez attacks almost monthly. Maria Hernandez survives, but her roommate dies. Dale Okazaki and Sally Yanyu killed on the same night. 8-year-old girl attacked in her bed. William Doy murdered. His wife assaulted. Sisters aged 83 and 79 beaten and killed. Each crime more brutal than the last. He used guns, knives, hammers, whatever he could find. He forced victims to swear to Satan. Left pentagrams on walls, sometimes stolen, sometimes just killed. No patron except violence. The police were overwhelmed. Different jurisdictions, different crime scenes, but the same horror. Finally, a fingerprint from a stolen car, a mugshot from an earlier arrest. On August 31st, 1985, his face was on every newspaper in California. Then something amazing happened. Ramirez, trying to steal a car in East Los Angeles, was recognized by residents. They chased him, caught him, and beat him until police arrived. The Night Stalker's reign was over, brought down not by cops, but by ordinary people fighting back. The trial was a circus. Ramirez showed up in dark glasses, making satanic signs in court. Young women snooped over him. One even married him in prison. But the evidence was overwhelming. 13 murders, 5 attempted murders, 11 sexual assaults, 14 burglaries. The verdict, death. Ramirez's response, big deal. Death always went with the territory. Richard Ramirez died of cancer in 2013, after 23 years on death row. But his impact on California lasted much longer. People changed how they lived, installed security systems, stopped leaving windows open on hot nights, and became suspicious of strangers. The Night Stalker showed up how vulnerable we are in our homes. But he also showed something else. When communities stand together like those East Los Angeles residents who caught him, evil can be stopped. What would you do to protect your community? Share your thoughts below. And remember, while this story is terrifying, it ended because ordinary people choose to be brave. Thanks for watching.